Yes. Hump Day Hash Out.
Hump Day Hash.
Hashtag shy as cap.
Noah's here.
With the dope background. Gotta upgrade backgrounds now.
Yeah, that is a dope background.
Fire little studio setting. That's lit. Man. We gotta hash about a lot of things.
I know.
It's time to hash out a lot of stuff.
So much stuff.
The question on everyone's mind. Is shy a cap?
Is shy a cap?
Shy as cap.
Shy is cap. Shy is cap. We have a whole theory about it that I cannot wait to dive into.
That's gonna be a great hash out. The NBA is back. The Pelicans just won without Zion in some form of exhibition. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked too deeply into what's happening because I know the real games start Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Snoop Dogg is slowly eating away at DMX's catalog as we speak right now.
That is very true.
It's been quite entertaining though, but many an edge to Snoop Dogg, a couple of bodies. X might have gotten a round or two. We're in like round 14. No, we can hear you.
Yeah, is Noah connected? He's connected.
Is it working?
There it is.
Yes.
Fantastic.
That is a super setup.
Cheers to that. This is a basic setup. This is an easy one.
What do you got set up behind you over there? I see the Joker. We see the Goonies. Tell us about the ambiance.
You know, these are random gifts I get from people. Knickknacks are hard for me because I travel so much. But when I get certain things from people I care about, I keep them. Like people that know what I like. And the Goonies and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory here, it's hard to see, are important to me. There's Rogue Beer. There's a weird little Batman here. Fucking Homer. Yeah.
Let's go.
Is that a Lego Homer?
It's a Lego Homer. I have a Ghostbusters. There's a Robin. So the best thing actually though, it's hung up here. This is a Joker thing that I did when I'm not lazy. So I made all the different Jokers in one thing.
You made that? Like you designed it?
I painted it. Like it's half done with my hand, half done on the computer. Oy. I like your setup. It's like super basic and nothing.
Well, I'm down in my basement right now, and like I really don't have much ambiance down here other than like, you know, if you look over there, there's like a bunch of sneakers. It's like a fucking mess down here, but
I was gonna say you have
sneakers
kids and shit too, so.
Yeah, well, this is all like definitely dad's shit.
I was gonna say that's supposed to be your. I will never say it out loud, but is that supposed to be your like?
Not like that. I mean, if we're gonna, you're alluding to a man cave, I guess you could say something.
I'll never say it out loud.
Something similar to that at this point. I really have not done anything with it because I'm kind of a lazy piece of shit, and for like the last couple of years, I've just been so fucking busy that worrying about my basement being tight has been low on the priority list, but. You know, I've been getting some shit together. So like I'm kind of working. I like cleared out some space down here started organizing some shit. But I'm like one of those people that needs to like make a complete mess in order to organize it all, you know?
But that's the only way to do it realistically, I think.
I would definitely agree with that.
But I mean, I also have ADHD and all that stuff too. So
yeah, I think we're probably kind of on the same wavelength.
I mean, I have a bunch of skateboard decks I'm trying to hang up, but I just am too lazy to get nails or screws.
Oh man, it's funny you say that because literally, within my eyesight is the Skatology wall mount. I actually have two. I'm sorry, they're not for you, but since I'm standing right here, I can show some memorabilia.
That's literally like the worst thing to show me right now. It's like literally what I'm waiting for right now.
Look, I've got a 10th anniversary Tom Penny signed by like 80% of the flip team.
That's
like,
fantastic. I know. Yeah, I know it. I see it.
Fucking, and another one, cool one. It's dusty as fuck right now. Is the Dwayne Peters reissue of his first board. The shape on this is fucking retarded. It's completely flat with the exception
that's a cruiser.
Oh yeah. Oh, this was made for like pool boards in the fucking 80s.
The fact that people could do tricks on some of those boards still is impressive to me.
It says Elliot rocks, punk.
Yeah, but the fact that anyone could do any tricks on those boards is very impressive to me. I think that it's special. Especially like the little narrow ones. People would do like impossibles and shit on that. There was no concave. They'd pop it somehow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the evolution of skateboarding is fucking insane.
It's kind of like old school receivers talking shit on the new receivers. Like, yeah, if I had gloves like that, I could catch anything one-handed also.
Yeah.
Because those gloves are fucking sticky.
So we, I guess... First, I feel like you should tell people who you are because they know who me and Kron are.
Oh, is this happening right now?
Kind of. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I guess we're in here. We're doing the damn thing.
Oh, okay. I'm just a human person. I'm on a break from an old school entertaining career of life. So now, I mean, I don't think anyone's anything right now in this grand world of disease. Fear or whatever it is.
World of disease.
Or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever lane you want to go in right now. I could go in all of them. Like, hey, Kanye West is my dad.
Well, if you're gonna bring up Kanye, I mean, I almost feel like we should jump into it.
We can't. Noah is Cap, bro.
I am Cap. So yeah, I'm a comedian and writer from some shows that a lot of people in the weed community would love, like Workaholics and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Got my start in comedy behind like Doug Benson and everything else like that. And I'm from Portland, Oregon, so weed is my will forte.
Hell yeah! Oh, we got. Speaking of weed and forte, we got a dude from Denver.
Let's go.
I'm from Denver. Dude.
What up?
We are.
What's cracking, y'all?
What you know about TJ Miller?
Sorry?
What do you know about TJ Miller?
TJ Miller. So I got a great story about TJ Miller. So
lay it on us.
Let me let you in on TJ Miller. So I used to work for a company in Denver called Doctor's Orders. And the previous owner threw this big bash at one of the venues on Broadway in Denver. And he actually flew out TJ Miller to perform at our company party as part of like this concert that he threw.
That's
so I love TJ Miller, love a lot of his work. Obviously, and it was a dope time.
He's a Denver guy.
He is a Denver guy.
Have you heard his LP?
I haven't heard his LP. But
it's worthwhile.
Yeah. I hear it's pretty wild.
He's wild. He's a fun dude.
Well, sorry, I'm late, everybody.
Well, it's all good, man. It's all good. Why don't you? We were just getting. Noah was letting the people know who he is. Why don't you let the people know a little bit about you?
Of course, yeah, man. So my name is Chase Lessman. So I'm director of retail at Colta down on Key Highway. So I've been in the cannabis industry for about 10 years now, originally from Denver. So that's where I kind of started my entire foray in the industry. And, it's been a great ride. Mackie, our president, brought me out in February of 2018 to come out and run the dispensary down in Baltimore. And, we have our eyes on expansion coming up in the near future, hopefully. So we're just working on things behind the scenes. And, that's what's going on in my world. So.
First of all, are you gonna tell us right here live on the Hump Day Hash Out whose license you guys are procuring to continue to expand?
Man, no. Not even like that. It's not
Is
even
this what
like
I was
that.
hearing about the other day?
No,
Was this the
man,
beef
it's
that I
not
heard
even-
in the background?
No, not him, not him. Shh, Noah, no. Shh.
No, man. You know what? I think it's one of those things where we're just carefully examining the marketplace and seeing what's out there, right? And being able to, be in a position in the premium sector of the marketplace and have the positioning that we do as far as market share and, what we represent, I think allows us to just have a, optic value in the marketplace that puts us in the forefront to just see what's available. So,
Joe, first of all, for those who don't know, part of the nature of Chase and my relationship is me saying things that put him in a position where he feels uncomfortable because I'm asking him questions that he cannot answer.
I've been doing that my whole career.
Secondly, Chase, I just feel like with that response, like all I could imagine was you with like a flag with weed leaves instead of stars, and it'd be like a green and purple flag, and you running for cannabis president of the United States.
That was a great
compliment.
answer.
I'll take that as a
Great political
compliment.
answer.
It was a great. It was definitely a compliment. Now,
That's high praise.
yeah, and
Wow,
now
thank you.
everybody knows that Chase is director of retail ops over at Colta if you're in the Baltimore area. But what they don't all know is that he is a wordsmith of sorts, a hip hop extraordinaire.
What about the
Yeah,
so Chase, something you can answer live on the Hump Day Hash Out is, are you going to be a part of the first Let's Talk About It Sunday Cypher?
Hey, man.
Ooh, excellent question. Way to bring in the Sunday.
Wait, are bars coming in right now?
Not right now. It's going to be
Sunday.
the third Sunday in August. Third Sunday in August.
Third Sunday in
I was gonna
August.
say,
We'll figure out a beat between now and the first. Give you
as a
3 weeks to write
comedian,
it.
we are also pretty good at the freestyle game.
Like a 32. I'm thinking
Okay.
like a 32.
All right. You know what? Let's get a discussion in place, but I think we can make something happen.
I was gonna say, I was ready right now. I was like, let's go. I was like, I'll figure something out.
Well, let's set it up. Let's set it up like you said, whatever, third Sunday, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But
You already know.
Is there
sounds good to
dates
me, man.
still? I thought that was like a thing before COVID happened.
Well, we got a nice place to socially distant rap.
I just meant that I don't know when Sunday is comparatively to a Wednesday.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
but that's because your life right now is just, I'm
No.
relaxing.
I mean, I'm more relaxing than most people, but most people are relaxing more than usual.
True. Most days blend together for a lot of people these days.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
I mean, there's some people that have been allowed to go back to work again, but a lot of people are still just at home doing nothing.
Shout out to the essential services and everyone that provides them.
Shout out to them making the least amount of money.
Yes. You get an extra $0 per hour.
For sure.
Hey. All you have to do is call them heroes, and it's okay.
And give them a TikTok dance to do.
And now they're talking about giving a back to work bonus instead of the unemployment checks coming in and the second stimulus.
Well, it's even
Now,
better.
if you go back and get a job, you'll get extra money.
But if they're already at
Getting
work,
a
are
job.
they going to get that bonus? Probably not, right?
Probably not.
So I'll just wait, and then I'll go back to work right when that happens.
Hold on, good. As a manager of an essential service for the last 4 months, how has it been functioning as a curbside only business with excruciating heat, mask on, out there sweating away?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You know what?
Chase is a man of the people. He's been out there. I've seen him.
It hasn't been easy, right? I think that the initial transition was, there was a lot to overcome in the beginning, operationally. Back in mid-March when we executed our curbside only platform, it was literally a spur of the moment decision. It was literally, people were starting to, get caught up in these stay home orders. I like your bag right there. Great rep. That'll be part of one of these next upcoming drops, by the way. So just a little intel. But anyways, back in mid-March, when all of those stay-at-home orders were being issued, the idea was like, what are we going to do? So I had an open forum discussion with staff and asked them, what do you feel comfortable with doing? Right. And so we decided as a group that curbside only was what we were going to execute. And we're happy to be one of those first people to execute that curbside only platform. And, obviously it was for the safety and protection of my staff and all the other patients. And, it's been a ride. We had to figure out, difficulties on the ordering side of stuff. We had to get our Dutchie platform really implemented as far as e-commerce was concerned, get that, communicating with our website. I mean, luckily, I don't know if you know about our parking situation, but there's a lot of public parking out front. And so with the COVID situation, they actually weren't enforcing the parking meters. So we were able to, allocate, 5 to 6 parking spots for our patients be able to execute the program.
With the parking thing, they're not enforcing anything like that. They don't have time. But the other side, what I will say is what I loved was the weed industry actually handled this the best out of anything that I saw. Like, especially in the West Coast when it was the essential service that was legal as well. So a lot of people are coming in. And the way, even when they opened it inside, they were doing better things than any other business that I saw at all, like by far, because they're also always you guys are always on that brink of like being federally illegal. Well, so like everything always goes above and beyond in this industry, and I love it so much because of that. Because it should be respected. That's also why I hate like old school stoners that are just like, yeah, bro. I'm like, don't do that. Like, be you. Like, if you want to be high as shit like that, do it. But like, don't go and talk to people where it's like, be the face of it. It's like, yeah, man, I lit my hand on fire because I was high.
Oh yeah, yeah. One of the shortcomings is really missing the consultative experience, right? So we had to suddenly shift from.
So I think you missed it, but I'm from Portland, so like I have all that stuff. Like I'm used to legal and everything being like. I loved it when people were entry level would be like, "Hey, get this like really low THC Harlequin, hybrid."
Ooh.
And I loved that consultation. And that's what I liked about it, because the people could actually like say what they were looking for.
Of course.
And get what they needed. Because I've been heavily smoking my entire life. So I'm like, no, I need heavy. Give me give me something that's gonna feel great.
Of course.
Other people get paranoid if they have that.
Yep. And it's it was one of those things where we just had to make a pivot and be prepared. And I think that my staff is really 100% needs to take 100% of the credit because they were able to do what they needed to do.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah. I can speak as a patient who frequents Colta several times a week that the staff has been on point, even when like you got the fucking big cookies drops and you got a line down fucking Key Highway. Just cranking it out and definitely, kudos to you guys, and just as the essential service man on the call right now, definitely you guys stepped up for sure.
Hey, well, I appreciate it. And, it's again, 100% credit for my staff. I mean, they're doing such a great job in managing it. And, they really stepped up and, it's been a group learning experience, to say the least,
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Cannabis President-elect.
No bullshit. For sure.
Yeah, of course.
So what do we need to hash out?
Man, you already know. Shia is Cap.
Shia is Cap. Chris, call me.
Chris, call me.
Call me.
I did not think we would spend time talking about Kardashians ever in anything that I was doing, but Kanye is the guy right now.
But
he's crazy right now.
But for me right now, what I have to say is, like, I would never vote for Kanye West unless Shia LaBeouf was his co-runner.
Shia is Cap has to be the campaign slogan.
That's the campaign slogan. Shia is Cap.
Yeah, but that also does that mean he's going to be his vice? If Shia is his vice president, I'll vote.
Bro, I mean, let me just be honest with you, okay? In America that we live in, with the electoral system,
what do you take as Cap? What do you
my vote as a
Kanye's crazy. What do you think he means by Cap? What do you think he means by Cap?
Hold on.
All right, finish.
As a Maryland citizen, I understand what my vote means to the president campaign. Okay, so if I saw a ticket that said Trump, Biden, West as my three choices, there is not a question in my mind which box I'm choosing. I don't care about what recent statement was said. I'm not worried about anything. If I had an opportunity to pick between Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or Kanye
and Jesus,
West,
my father, Kanye West.
Where my vote lands in the end results of an election, I'm going Kanye for 100% of the time.
I mean, in 2020's logic, Kanye West is legitimately my father.
I mean, look, let's think about it also from the perspective. I, as a citizen, I've always considered myself a true patriot, honestly.
You're wearing a cutoff shirt. You are.
I have an American woman tattooed on my arm, wrapped in an eagle.
Hella patriot.
Hell, America.
Hipsters ruin tattoos, but you are wearing a cutoff shirt.
Yeah, trust me, I need you to know I'm not that kind of white.
Hey, he's got a point there, LB. He got a point.
Yeah, exactly. So, as a true patriot, and I think about the president, every president in my lifetime, I'm 32, not one of them has had my best interests at heart. I'll tell you what, they haven't given me shit. George Bush gave me $300 once on a stimulus, right? That was dope.
Obama gave you at least 800.
I
got all the births of my children for free.
Well, that's fucking. Thank you, Obamacare. I'll tell you what's great. The feeling you get when you put on a fresh pair of Yeezys. I'll tell you what feels great. The first time you ever heard fucking My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
No, that was a bad song to pull up. If you want anything,
the whole album. I'm not talking about one single track. I'm talking about that whole album.
That would have been a better way to go.
Do you know how I got into Kanye? I was 17 years old, and Through the Wire had just come out, and I had a broken jaw that was wired shut. And he's talking about.
Are you kidding me?
He's talking about a boost for breakfast, an ensure for dessert. I don't eat pancakes. I just sip the scissor. I felt that shit.
I love that Kanye. That Kanye was great to me.
I got goosebumps.
That Kanye was great to me when he put
this box with me.
When he was like 50. If I sell more records than you, you better retire. And Pitcher was like, I will. And then he beat him, and he just didn't do it. He was just like, nah, never mind. I'm still making a lot of money. I'm gonna keep rapping.
You know,
But that was cool, Kanye. And then he went banana hammer.
Hold up, I'm gonna let you finish.
Hold up. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, though, I will agree with you. Best Kanye album ever. I'll agree with that. I will definitely agree with that. Do I agree with his
Easy caught me.
I mean, do I? I mean,
What is?
I even agree with you on the Yeezys and the shoes. Do I agree with his political run? I'm not even going to get into that.
I like the 350 V2s. I do not like any other Yeezy though. The slides don't even get me started.
Oh my God, I've been actually like about to pull the trigger on some of the slides. I hated them at first.
Which tone are you looking at?
Oh
Please
man,
buy them.
I mean, I kind of like the army green, to be honest, but I think gray is more functional.
That's a poor person easy because they're like, I can spend $100.
You just gotta get the resins because it just makes sense.
Oh, don't get any of them. Buy good slides.
I just imagine being out in the sun, tripping on mushrooms, and how comfortable those would be on my feet.
No, they would help your trip. If you would have said right now, instead of the comfortable part, if you would have been like, I would imagine if I looked down at them, I would have tripped harder. I'd be like, yes, that's a good reason to buy them because they are fucking weird looking. They would help my trip if I was like, what the fuck are those?
Oh my God, the beige fucking Croc Yeezys. I mean, they're fucking ridiculous, man.
Bro,
I don't.
the
I mean,
foam runners?
sorry, that's. I can't get down with them.
Oh my God, I'm like obsessed with the foam runner. The Yeezy Croc. Oh my God.
Like
I will check on those because those are special at least. But like the slides are
like,
gross.
bro, I'm going to a fucking festival, tripping balls, wearing my Yeezy Crocs.
I would not buy either, but I can agree on those weird ones. But the slides are bunk, and no one should buy them.
I just like wearing slides a lot.
Yeah, but there's so many good slides. Don't buy trash.
I could buy the fake Gucci slides.
Why don't buy real ones?
Because why would I do that when the fake ones are like $30?
Shameless plug. Anybody out there looking for a $1,500 stroller?
Stop.
Yo, best bugaboo.
The bugaboo.
Yo, drop the bread on your baby on the bugaboo.
Hey. I said this to Lord Bongcamore. But this lady, I met her at the Gay Black Trans Lives Matter thing, and she was like, I make weird costumes for dogs and stuff. I was like, cool. I like buying stuff like that. I'll do that. And I was like, just tell me, I'll buy whatever. And I was like, I want a Batman costume for my dog, because as you can tell, I have Joker and all this weird shit behind me. I'm a giant comic book nerd. And I was like, yeah, and I told her the size, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, cool. So based on the materials and everything, it's going to be $3,000 for me to make a costume for your dog. Out of just like cottons and stuff like that. She's like, the time and the knitting materials, it would be so difficult. Insanity. It was knitting. It wasn't like a professional leather costume or anything. It was just knit. She has $3,000.
I mean, know your worth, but
I tried to laugh at her face on the message, but I was like,
too, bro.
I was trying not to be a dick on the messaging, but I was like, really? Can you really? I was like, I would give you a decent amount.
And that makes the foam runners look a lot better. A $3,000 dog Batman.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's cheap shit.
A whole lot better.
That's cheap shit on that level. At least the foam runners will resell. I could sell them to some dumb kid, or some white
like
rich kid.
That shit's insane.
But ethically, can you do that?
Yep.
Of course. Okay. Selling things to white rich kids is the best thing to do in life.
No, I do it anonymously on the apps. I don't even need to know who's buying it. If you're giving the money up to the app, I don't care.
I prefer to make sure.
Spending $40 a gram.
Morality goes out of the picture when I'm getting into a computer. I'm listening to a warehouse.
Is it immoral for Kron's kids to eat?
Absolutely not. Hey,
is it?
Okay, so yeah, just swing the narrative real quick. You know,
you don't have to swing the narrative. I have no kids and I have no qualms. I just buy random toys.
America was built off buying for one and selling for two, and I'll be damned if I don't get my piece of the fucking pie.
Yeah, preach.
I was talking about
Sean.
this earlier though.
Preach.
I'm not a fan of the resale culture of sneakers and stuff because I actually like to buy and wear them. And when I'm like, if I miss a drop, I have to pay like fucking $800 for a shoe out of nowhere.
Right.
I'm just like, fuck, I missed 2 days.
Oh yeah.
$800. I'm just like, fuck me. Come on, man.
Bro, the Lord.
Not everyone's parents were the fucking designers at Nike and were able to just.
Mine weren't. I had friends that were, okay? I have shitbag parents.
Fucking-
I don't even know my dad. Don't come at me like that. I just got to know people like you.
I was
do.
being facetious.
I know, but you gotta know people too.
Oh man.
Don't put your fat thesis on me.
Bro, I gotta rewatch this Snoop DMX joint, like probably tonight. That shit was.
I'm watching it out of the corner of my
Wait,
eye. So if I look
there's a
weird,
new-
it's because I'm watching.
Bro, I was watch. I turned it off because I felt like I was gonna do the same thing the
When
whole
did
time.
this
I was like, I gotta
happen?
turn it off. I'm
When
watching.
did this
it.
drop?
It started at 8, I
Like
think.
8:30.
Ain't no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been pretty ridiculous.
It was
So
fucking
this is
ridiculous.
This is the hard side about what I've been doing about being lazy is I actually have no idea what's coming out anymore. I used to be on par all the time, but being lazy, I'm not injected in. I don't know anything that's coming out.
I'm a self-proclaimed content consumer.
I used to be.
it.
I used
I
to.
just have to know what's going like when I got a notification that Phil Mickelson had a 74-yard putt over the weekend. I don't even watch
That
golf.
sounds awesome.
74-yard putt.
Okay.
I will be Googling Phil Mickelson 74 yard
I was gonna
putt
say I was
right
about
now.
to do that right now, but like
it was capped. It was
the
Phil
day
Mickelson was
that
capped.
golf changed my
Phil was
life.
capped.
I've hated golf my entire life, but 2012 changed that because Bubba Watson, it was like a final shot. He shot off the course. It was like way deep in the rough, and it was like sudden death. And then all of a sudden, he shot his second shot, and he just curved, like almost dropping right into the thing, and he won in sudden death, looking like he could have never won. And I was like, I like golf now. That's just bad. I love like badass comebacks.
Bro, but you gotta understand. You know, if you like, as a person who grew up in a household that consumed golf, like my father was an avid golf watcher. Like
So that's what I mean. I
golf
didn't know it.
weekend, bro. Like that happens in a moment, but like that whole weekend.
Bro,
But it was the Masters as well.
Hey,
So the
so
Masters
long.
made it elevated.
you have to get like hammer time drunk
Like
to sit and watch golf,
you have
bro.
to, like,
I would
really-
never watch it live. People that watch it live are insane.
Golf highlights are cool.
Yeah,
That's
highlight.
what I mean. The highlight
Unless
of
they're
Bubba
cat.
Watson
Yeah. The condensed
Unless they're cat, bro. Phil's highlight was mad cat.
and playing some Tiger Woods golf is also pretty fucking great.
It was, listen, I'm talking about the most clickbaity thing that you could see when the article's like the world record was only 4 yards longer and da 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 da. Click here to see the video. He swung. That thing went right to like over towards the sand trap. He had to hit it with a wedge afterwards and still put it in. I was like, the fuck did I just watch?
Those long putts are like the coolest thing about long putts is that we've all played putt, and you know how hard that bitch is. You're like, fuck, what? It looks so easy. You're like, it's right there. I got it. What
Bro.
the fuck?
Yeah, but they're not playing with rubber-ended golf clubs, and they do that shit for a fucking living.
And that fucking bro, and you got to think that grass, like we're not talking about on that. We're talking about grass in this heat that we're going through right now. That's why he's
It
putting.
just
It's like
happened
fucking
right
split
now.
oil.
Like it just happened.
That shit's crazy.
Wait, like he just did that like
Yeah,
today
that was
or
this
like the
weekend.
other day?
I that was my caveat was
I
that
missed-
I'm
I
a
missed
content
that part. I
consumer
missed
and I
that
got the
part.
notification for this weekend.
God damn,
I
that's
have,
crazy.
to, I have to see.
Well, golf is a pretty socially distant sport. I actually was talking to a friend of mine at Turpy Gym. He's awesome. He's like he does some shit at a golf course. And he was telling me like, yeah, they're back at golf's good to go. Like,
Bro, golf's
yeah,
been good to go since like May.
I was
Like
gonna
it
say,
was,
that's
when
not
they did
much.
like the pre-wave of opening Maryland, like the first things that opened up besides essential services had golf courses on the list.
Yep.
Bro.
I'm actually going golfing in like 2 weeks.
I would go golfing right now.
Yeah.
Bro, I've got the clubs, bro. I've got clubs for my kids. Like I've got sets for like
Oh man, you
3 to 4, like
like that. You got to go on like that.
driver, iron, wedge, putter. Like we out here.
I miss my old Nike golf club set, but not when you
I'll call a Nike rep and get a new one.
Right.
no, they don't make them anymore.
That Portland stuff, you know.
They don't make them anymore.
Hey,
Nike
by the
stopped
way,
the
I've been
golf
reading
game.
shoes.
They don't?
They quit like back in like 2015 or something like that.
When
even
it
know.
had to do with Tiger?
They still have no, not fully. They were making too high end of stuff, but people were more into like other brands. But they were great shit.
But Tiger.
Well, Tiger
Jordan
was a
golf
hit
shoes are
for
fucking
sure.
retarded expensive. You ever seen the resale on a Jordan golf shoe, like the 5s?
Oh, those things are
Fucking
great.
the cool gray 11 golf shoe.
Oh,
So
I've seen those. Yeah, I've seen
Bro.
those.
I like the Concord lows, actually.
11s are just mad. They're like way more golf.
So
like,
I got a special
the
pair
5s are
made
loud.
of the P-Rod Dunks made into golf shoes, and they're the greatest things ever.
The P-Rod dunks made into golf shoes.
I got them made, yeah.
Oh, okay, so custom.
But like, because I'm from Portland, like they were made in the factory. But
Okay.
yeah, I got them made, and they're the best things
they
ever.
were made in the factory, you know, just made a phone call because
It's like Nike ID.
I had to do a lot for that. I had to make phone calls to like really important parents of friends that I haven't talked to in a minute.
I need
I
a
was
golf
like-
shoe.
I can still do stuff like that. Like that's the thing that's really
That's
annoying.
fire, bro. There's
It's-
No, I love it. If you got a
Here's the
connection, use
If I had
that
that
shit.
connection, I would have the golf
But
shoes
here's the thing.
too. Like,
But here's
Yeah.
the thing:
Flex
you
emoji,
can only
flex
do that.
emoji.
I would do a Jordan
But you
1.
can only do that once every like 10 years. So like you really gotta like make a decision. And,
Yeah.
like, so I was like, this will be cool forever.
And you're
Flex
not
emoji.
golfing all the time to where it's like you're destroying your P-Rod golf
No, they
shoe.
last forever.
right, like that is like the one occasion that like you're like, I'm going to a nice fancy golf course. This is the flex.
Well, because
No.
I would go to Pumpkin Ridge, which is a really high-end golf course out there, and those are where I'd wear them. Because I'd go to the ghetto ones so I could smoke weed, and now you don't have to wear golf shoes. I'm just like,
I guess we're going to. I guess we're going golfing because I need to see these shoes in action.
yeah,
I will be the guy not wearing golf shoes and smoking weed.
But actually, we'll have to do it after we go to Portland because I have to grab them from Portland. I have my storage unit with shit that I don't use because I don't golf all the time.
You can rent some. We can all go. We can all go as a
Well, he
four.
wants to see the shoes.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes
But
sense.
otherwise, I will rent
We're
shoes.
trying to go. No, we're trying to go out there and buy out collections, bro. I'm trying to.
But also,
fucking
no, that is also another option.
tap
because
in.
I told you guys, I was a little, I'm sad that you guys just want to resell, so it's gonna be a little harder. And
We don't
you guys,
just want to.
I
We
know,
are
but-
selfish sneaker heads as well.
but know this: you
Oh,
cannot
boy.
mention that at all
No,
when we are at his place.
of course.
If you
Bro,
mention resale
bro.
once,
And
you will
understand
shut
that,
that
like,
shit down.
if there's grails in collections, like those
No, he has some
have a special
grails.
place.
Those
Like,
don't leave.
Grails,
like,
huh?
He
if I
also
walk
has,
in,
like-
we see like some nice like pink
He also has
SB
like the
boxes
Kobe
and shit,
Some
casuals.
Oregon 5s.
He also has like the Kobe casuals from back then, like
some fucking packs and shit like that, bro.
he
Like,
has everything
know that.
from everywhere. He has a bunch of LeBrons that I wanted for a long time as well. He has everything.
ones
'Cause
or fours, like
His parents have worked for Nike as well forever, and he always collected shoes. But now they got married. She's like, sell all your shit. And he has a whole storage unit, like a big one, full of shoes.
Wow.
beautiful thing.
Wow.
All
Wow.
10 and a half. They all fit me. That's the hardest thing for me.
Small for me. Too small for me, but yeah, it sounds amazing.
Well, so
10 and a half
Let
in
me know.
Kobe's is perfect.
if you need some Nike hookups, what size you got? I get you half off on anything that isn't like those special drops.
No, I got a 13, 13. So,
So it's still a manageable size.
yeah, nothing too bad. Nothing too bad.
Yeah.
So
So good news for you. Virgil said that the 4s are coming out in men's sizes at a future.
I know. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Trust me. I had my girlfriend check her app to see if she got the exclusive access. Yeah, no, she did not. So yes.
Yep, same here. Texted the wife. Big L, fat L.
Fat L.
I love listening to this again because, like, honestly, you guys have researched me into so many things I haven't thought of in a while. Because, like, I came to Baltimore and you guys have bad weed compared to what I'm used to, and most people don't know about good shoe game.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, I'm talking about from a consumer point.
Okay.
I didn't know people also.
This is true.
Being from Portland, no matter how many people you know, you'll find only good weed.
Very true.
Even before it was legal. So, like, and shoes and all that shit as well. So, like,
I cannot wait until he puts his money where his mouth is with that. All you're gonna find in Portland is good weed.
No, there's bad weed out there now because they have so much to sell.
Oh.
So they have, but it's like $5 for a fucking eighth at the store.
We're gonna put that shit to the test.
Fuck.
Not the $5 stuff.
Talking about that shit. That shit is definitely a let's talk about it episode. 100%.
I mean, that's worthwhile for another episode, right? But the thing is, the whole thing out there is, we just we're crafty people in the West, and they put that craft towards anything. It gets weird, and people get intense about it.
Keep Portland weird.
Portland weird.
Well, that started in Austin, Texas. Actually, they were the first one with that moniker.
It sounds like a Portland thing.
Definitely, man.
It works out there, but also every city has weirdness.
For sure.
What would you say the Baltimore weirdness is?
Well, I mean, for a lot of people, it would just be like the stoop living people. I mean, that was probably what it is. I mean, there's probably something weird I've never seen out here. I don't go downtown all that often.
I just mean that from a outsider's perspective.
I've been lazy out here, as I said. Like you know, I've just been lazy out here.
That's true.
I mean, the thing that I think is weird is that people think there's actually good food out here, I guess.
We had Joe Squared, but now it's gone forever, apparently.
Yeah, it's gone forever. Yeah, that's a fact. It's a sad fact.
It's a very sad fact. Chase, what do you think is the weirdest thing about Baltimore that you've seen as somebody from Colorado?
Tell me.
I think that, there's definitely obvious differences, right, between Denver and Baltimore.
Denver has very common things to Portland.
Yeah, yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Denver contains all of its crime to one area.
Well, then, you can also blame
all the
everything
cops
on
are on
South Park.
Colfax.
You can blame everything on Matt and Trey Parker. You're like, anything wrong in Colorado is on Matt and Trey Parker.
Hey,
Colfax is cat.
LB, did you know that Colfax is actually one of the longest streets in the United States of America?
I did not, but I believe it because I've driven very far down it.
Very long road. I
Yes.
believe that without fact checking it because I've driven a long ways down it too.
Yeah, definitely fact check that. It's one of the longest, from end to end, one of the longest streets in America.
Here's what I can tell you for sure. Anywhere that you drive in Missouri is longer.
Just because of the psychological
you just don't
associated.
You get lost.
I would disagree.
Really?
Kansas is where I would say.
It's worse than Missouri.
I do not agree with that. I've had fun times in Kansas. I've not had one fun time in Missouri.
What did you do in Kansas?
It was fun, bro. Like you gotta wait like 9 fucking hours to get to Qdoba.
Yeah, man. It's very rural, I'm sure.
Both are rural. Both are shitty. They're not.
Oh
neither
my
ones
God.
are good to be in for long periods of time.
At least Oklahoma has all the porno stores and Chick-fil-A's.
Every place like that has those.
Middle America's
If-
fire, bro.
If there's billboards, there's motels next to porn stores.
Middle America is not cap.
Bro,
No comment.
speaking of Middle America, see how quickly they forgot about Joe Exotic with how crazy 2020 was?
Oh.
That was
like
the
the
fun
rage
time
as
of
fuck
COVID.
for like think about the waves we've gone through in the last.
That was the fun time of COVID. That's when I was like,
that
we're
was like
off
2
work.
months ago, 3 months ago.
But
That
think
was
about
like all
this.
the
Think about
rage.
this, guys. The dream that every stoner when we were kids, when we started smoking, we got. It was like, hey, we're not allowed to work. We're getting paid money by the government. 420 is a whole month long, and all we can do is get delivered food. It was fantastic. It was made. It was like a perfect stoner 420. 420.
I've been down so many twisted, fucked up, psychedelic induced rabbit holes this whole entire time. It's the only way it feels like my brain can process. Like I just look at the COVID data alone, just thinking about over the last 4 months, all the things that you hear every day. And it's like, it feels like an acid trip.
Well, it's something like that for sure. I mean,
An acid trip. Wow.
Like life just over these last 4 months, like the way people are acting. It's like it feels delusional at times. Like I need acid to like chill out from reality.
You
Well,
know
that's
what
what I
felt
mean.
bad normal though? Was that fucking the pallet shopping. That felt like some old school fucking market people just like
Dude, it felt like freedom.
it felt good, bro.
It felt like
Shout out to
America.
Found and Made in fucking Joppa. That shit was fire. Good people. That shit was definitely mad not COVID feeling.
Yo, Don was about it.
For sure.
And he's religious. He knows that Jesus has his back.
He's religious.
He is.
Isn't
They're very,
Kanye
it's a very
West
like
Jesus?
family oriented.
No,
Hey,
it's
as I said in the beginning
fire.
of this podcast, Kanye West is my father, and that is Jesus. So I don't want to hear any of this hyperbole that you're spitting.
Wow.
Well, I'm saying the Jesus he loves is Kanye.
Oh gosh.
No, Kanye is Jesus. We're in 2020 now. Everything is a fact if you say it.
So you're awaiting his new album to come out the end of this week? Is that correct, Kron?
So I have a theory.
Oh, here he goes.
This is
What's your
gonna
theory?
go for a while.
All right. The Lord heard the
Crack
theory.
your beers.
Are we going down this
Good.
rabbit hole on the hash out?
I mean, look, Chase brought it up. I think we have to.
All
I
right,
think it's
so-
coming out November
all right.
regardless.
So here's my theory. Okay. Did you hear the rumor that the 350 bread is getting restocked at the end of the year?
Yeah, November, right? I think, right?
And then they followed up and said that the red stripe is also getting restocked.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Okay. So my theory, okay. All right. There's 2 steps to the theory. There's the theory that's
This got so much better immediately.
there's
Hold
a
on,
theory
hold
that's
on.
like-
2 steps.
there's a theory that's likely, and there's a theory that's a little bit more of a stretch. So we'll just preface
But
with
still also likely.
but still very likely based on the way 2020 has worked. So they're going to, in my theory, Election Day is going to be Yeezy Day on the Adidas app, much like Nike has a Sneakers Day drop. And they're going to restock like 5 to 6 OG Adidas Yeezys.
Like the 750 or the 350?
Like 750s, like the shit that people want, like the
Right.
Lugas, like the shit people want. Okay,
Mhm.
but you're gonna have to click the terms of service. The terms
Right.
of service is gonna say that you're above the age of 18 and you're a citizen of the United States and
He's
that you
gonna
vote for
force
Kanye West.
vote people? He's gonna force vote people?
And so every fucking Yeezy purchased on Yeezy Day becomes a vote, knowing or unknowing to the United States of American people that they are voting for West.
He's gonna human centipede people like iTunes did in South Park. is
So
what
there's
you're
a
saying.
2-step theory. I think that Yeezy Day is possible based on the fact that they are manufacturing these throwback Yeezys.
Mm-hmm.
The more far-fetched part is the election tied into the terms of service, but also based on the 2020
I think you predicted a South Park
trajectory that
episode.
we've been on. It's not too far-fetched in reality at this point.
Can South Park get away with another Kanye gay fish episode.
Of course. If they did a resurgence of the gay fish Kanye episode, it would be just as good as when they brought Tally back.
Oh yeah, and
People freak out.
Dude, when they brought Tally back at camp,
at
I just want the sunshine a little bit longer.
That's what people want in South Park now, because like it's the only show that's still relevant enough and still good, decent. If you bring those throwbacks, people actually enjoy them. And if you bring gay fish Kanye talking nonsense, it'll be fantastic.
Kron, your conspiracy is wild, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is wild for sure.
I'm just throwing that out
but
there.
let's
why I
be
said
honest.
South Park episode. That's why I said South Park.
If we say that's outlandish, but look at everything that is happening in the world.
I was gonna say it's 2020. I'm not.
Like,
not far-fetched.
The economy is crashing, and the U.S. government decided to give the Catholic Church $1.4 billion for a sex abuse lawsuits bailout.
Money's been pushed all over the place in weird ways.
It really is.
I'm just tapping into the creative vibes that the universe has been giving me. And based on the vibes of 2020, I'm just like, yo, we're getting mad restocks of Yeezys. He's talking about running for president. You know, we signed terms of services for fucking all these companies we don't know about that goes on in all these crazy fucking weird government meetings. Who says we couldn't vote for the fucking president of the United States through an I mean, we do it electronically anyways. Like,
wait, are any of you guys recording on your phone? I have to get out of here.
And then that's the next wild conspiracy after the election. Who knows? You never know. We're gonna find out. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball.
Yo, like America is literally.
We used to have patience back then. If you could watch an old school episode of Dragon Ball Z, you had real patience as a human being. These kids don't know. These kids don't know anymore.
Oh yeah. Don't forget that, Kanye is wildly bipolar, right? So, we can't really, we don't know if it's the real Kanye whenever he speaks.
I was still dealing with his TMZ shit. I was still on that. I wasn't ready for him to say anything else.
It's a never unfolding origami of.
I know, but what he said there was crazy. So I was just like,
insane genius of madness that is just up and down in ways that all I know is that Shia was booked for the first Yeezy Gap tour and he didn't come.
That's Cap.
Shia is Cap.
Look, don't forget about the future first lady, Miss Kim Kardashian West, the first lady that is known. Literally, you could Google her sucking dick. Like you could literally Google it. Would that go in the Guinness Book of World Records?
I was going to say Melania was pretty close. But
for sure,
she wasn't there yet.
That's just what we needed to help ease the transition from Hillary Clinton and fucking Michelle
Obama.
Will
put us into full blown every time we do a presidency, it will just be celebrity versus celebrity. It will just be whatever. It will be The Rock versus who are
The Rock 2024 is a real thing. That's not a conspiracy. The Rock 2024 is
it could be
probably happening.
He's a legitimate candidate in this way.
I would like The Rock over pretty much anybody else.
I would take The Rock over everyone else right now. Also.
In no more left field trying The Rock 2024 that could really happen, and I would definitely.
But here's the thing I would say about The Rock. He's at least proven that he can do so many different things in life. He's transitioned so many times.
Bro, he can beat up Vin Diesel.
He was a wrestler that sucked, that became a great wrestler. Then he acted and shit, sucked at that, and then became good at it. He's all over the place. He's great.
Arguably one of the most charismatic wrestlers of all time.
Well, yeah, he became that because he was hated at first.
Yeah,
hated.
Nation of Domination.
I know.
Nation of Domination. He was so hated. And then he turned that shit around. He was like, "You fucking jabroni."
Do you
Yeah,
bro. He's coming back to wrestling. He's about to wrestle again. Him and Triple H are going to have a rematch.
I don't want to see that.
Who cares?
I
If
don't
the
want
event is going to sell fucking a lot of fucking tickets or pay-per-views or whatever we do in the COVID world.
So my
Bro,
brother.
if
So did you guys see any of the WrestleMania that happened? Was the first live sports that happened with no fans?
Yeah,
Fucking
like live streamed it for free.
actually, during the uprising, the Freddie Gray uprisings, Baltimore Orioles played a game with no fans.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually really hilarious. If you Google, like YouTube it, they keep talk real quiet. The announcers, like it's golf. It's hilarious.
What I wanted with the WWF thing, I actually sent it to him because my brother, I was like hearing about it, I was like, I have to watch this. I sent WWE a personal message. And I was like, hey, I remember playing the old NWO games back in like N64, and it just looked like there was like cardboard people being lifted up and down in the back. I was like, just have like, people spaced 10 feet apart that have long cardboard people that just lift up and down for the whole show. Like
Yo.
I was like, I would enjoy that so much more than anything else in life. I was like, please do this.
That would actually be kind of lit.
Wouldn't that be fun to see? Just like,
But you'd have to get like some mad throwback matches for that. Like I would have to have some old school throwback matches.
I don't know that they'd be able to handle that.
They could have the wrestlers that were going to be in the matches outside of it be the people holding it.
Yeah, but
It would definitely be strong enough for the contraption.
Yeah.
Rigging.
See, like it depends on where you are now, because
Well, they're all in Miami.
filming and all that stuff, they're putting like literal limitations on people in buildings.
But Miami, it's all in Miami. That's why everyone's going there, because there are restrictions of the lease. So like that's why all the stuff that they film for WWF is all in Miami. All the stuff that basketball is doing is all in Miami.
That's in Orlando. So you got to think about
Florida.
it. But you got to think about it as they're gonna flood through Florida like that.
Well,
and
Florida's gross.
Probably just spiked.
And
Or at
Florida's
least they
gross.
say spiked.
They're all going to leave with AIDS without fucking anybody.
What did I read yesterday? Fucking 34 million people is what the Washington Post says the White House and the CDC is expecting to be infected with coronavirus actively or some shit like that.
No, it's probably over
34 million people.
No,
bro.
it's probably over the course of the entire thing, because I think a lot of people were infected earlier. Like I feel like I was sick before it happened, like a month before it happened. It was like weird. It could have been that. So I think it's probably just like an overall number. There's also a lot of, fake numbers everywhere. No one knows real statistics. The thing that cracks me up is I've never taken one COVID test. So how are these numbers supposed to be good? Have you taken a test?
Actually, I can attest that I took an antibody test recently.
But that's a very specific one, and those antibodies aren't known to know how long they last, right?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. So it's quite possible that somebody could have contracted the virus, months ago, and then the antibodies just aren't in their system.
I had to go to the hospital a bunch of times. I've been dealing with the broken clavicle, and like I've been fine to go in and deal with everything. But
you asked me. I think we're gonna go through another resurgence of stuff, maybe closing down and phasing slow. This whole phasing up, slowing down, right? And we're gonna have to regress back into.
Honestly, I just feel like everything should shut down for 1 month right now.
Everywhere else in the world is chilling.
So
because they already shut down. They already shut down.
Yeah, I saw a report that said, and I'm not going to quote anything. I think it was Daily News or one of the major news outlets. They were saying that if we were to close for like 4 to 6 weeks and, all wear masks and whatever, that we could, reduce the contagion of the virus by like 90%.
But you have to fully shut down. You have to fully shut down.
And, I unfortunately think that that's what we're progressing towards, right? Is another, at least partial shutdown, if not complete.
If we keep lingering, it's just going to keep going.
Right.
That's why other countries did succeed in this. Is because they just stopped letting anyone do anything. And that's part of actually the problem with our freedom is people don't want to stop doing things out here because they're free.
Right.
to do whatever.
Listen, I don't want to take away, liberties from anybody. So, with me, all I know is with my own personal health, the way that I'm going to care for that. Right. And so, when I'm out, I choose to wear a mask. I respect, everybody's decision upon whether they choose to or not. But I do think that, to some degree, you just have to figure out, what your source of truth is. And,
for me, what I think is important, what I think I was actually okay at first going places more, but then I have so many people, I'm on a choice to take a break from my career, but everyone else in my career is not allowed to do their job. They're not allowed to do comedy. They're not allowed to go do anything because there's an outlaw on certain things. Even though people are allowed to work at bars and shit like that, you can't go to do a show unless you do these new drive-in shows. I'm not trying to do stand-up comedy at a drive-in. I just want, if we're going to be like this, I want everything to be shut down so it can just happen. If not, open everything up right now. Like, let people make their decisions then. Like, I'm sick of this like half-ass shit that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you are in the middle of something that's as unprecedented as this, even when you take it back to, high school and college level science class.
No,
right?
It's tough.
Right. I mean, whenever you perform an experiment, there's always a control, right? And I don't think that we have enough data within a control set to actually gauge the efficacy of an entire set.
The reason I moved to Baltimore. Oh, go ahead.
Can I just say that when we have The Rock in 2024, Lessman should be the vice president?
No. Mark Wahlberg should be his vice president.
No, like listen to the fucking the silver-tongued fox over here just fucking slaying through this shit like a fucking presidential candidate. I mean, LB's right. The Lord had fucking blessed it at the beginning of the convo. At this point, I think we need a Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Chase Lessman ticket in 2024.
He's got to at least be a cabinet leader or something.
I feel like you guys would complement each other well. Like, I feel you guys would complement each other well as like in that setting. Like, I think it would work. I think we should just push for that. I think the campaign should start now.
I'll take that as another compliment, Kron. So I appreciate
Chase and The Rock would bounce very well off of each other.
I agree, bro. I think
that very balancing energy. I feel like
I can see like him and Kevin Hart worked well. I can see the same balance.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Here's the thing: like, I don't like Kevin Hart unless he's with someone balancing out. Like him and Ice Cube, him and The Rock, it always works well. Him alone, I get annoyed very quickly.
One day, if it does happen, Kron, you let me know. I'm
campaigning for.
Don't do a soul plane first, please.
I'm gonna start figuring out the science.
Did somebody just say soul?
I said, don't do soul plane first, please.
Just don't forget about the little guy at the end of the day. That's all I ask. That's all I say. You know what I mean?
Hey, it takes a village, no matter whether it's a campaign or running a dispensary or anything. It takes a village, bro.
Yeah, it always does. Yeah.
Yes.
That is the truth for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the kind of change we need right there, America.
I'm ready to go on the road for the Chase Lessman campaign.
You know who would love to hear this? My pops would absolutely love to hear that. He'd be like,
Chase
what? Chase
Lessman 2024.
Yeah, he'd be like, what, Chase, you should really seriously give this,
you should really give that a thought.
Yeah. We've been telling you your whole life, Chase, you could be anything.
Look, I know that you think that the president thinks a little much, but I was thinking you could be governor first.
Okay.
You could legitimately do that right now.
As a former writer of Workaholics, I was thinking city councilman, dude.
Hey, I understand the latter.
Honestly, I really want to be a city councilman, dude.
I understand the value of hard work and, retaining the trust of the people and, engaging in, these protocols to really make sure that you can climb up the ladder at that point.
To be a city councilman, dude, all you need is a good pair of loafers and some khakis and a lot of telemarketing background.
Man, I don't do khakis. I haven't done khakis since my second job.
Hold on. What if I add in that they're pleated. Ooh,
Ooh, even more
child.
so. I might have to avoid that. Yeah.
Even more so, I might have to avoid it.
I would
Yeah.
wear those ever.
But the loafers could have pennies in them.
Yeah. This is true. You know, if the cuffs are tapered,
And-
then it's one thing. But if the cuffs are too wide, then you're wearing the like khaki bell bottoms, and then they look like tents because they're pleated.
Hey.
Yeah, no.
Listen,
What
take
if
me.
it's for a 1990s TV show?
In 2020 and the national coin shortage, penny loafers would be a sign that you're really fucking doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? We got a coin shortage out here, and you
And my
see-
man
I actually have all the coins. I have all the coins.
You putting Lincolns in the kicks?
Oh shit!
Oh
We got
boy.
a coin shortage, and you got Lincolns in the kicks.
You know, when people
Pleated tracks?
when people are hoarding toilet paper, I was like, I'm gonna get all the coins. And I just got all the coins. It's actually my whole bedroom is. It's just a room full of fucking coins. You guys don't even know. It started with this one. And then I was like, fucking, let's get the rest.
Let's get the rest. Yo, I got a few of the coins still, but I feel like half of those. How many coins are just sitting in banks that are closed? Like
Bro,
it's
I
not
don't
like
Probably
these
all in
banks-
banks that are closed.
on a
They're probably
national
all in
coin
banks that are
hunt
closed.
for like 18 months. They did a national coin hunt, and then it ended. COVID started, and they're like, "Oh, we're at a shortage now."
We just made a
Flip-flop.
bunch of it.
They literally just make money. It's like just make more than.
They did. They made the bat coin this
Well,
year.
they like to
They
make
had the
people
back order
pretend. They
come
like to
out.
pretend like they're like making it on a specific routine for like a way, but yeah, that's the way they like to lie to people.
They just printed out another 3 trillion.
I can't.
No,
Well,
bro.
you
'Cause
do-
it's easier. It's easier for them to just put numbers in your bank account now. That shit's fire. Like you just like go
Well,
to sleep, then you
that
wake
was-
up and it's just like
That's when people actually started realizing how
fucking
fake it
numbers show
was.
up. That shit's
When everyone realized that they just
You
had a
gotta
bank
make one.
account, that's when they realized it was all fake. They were just like, wait,
Bro, what, like, I mean, think about it. Millions of people just like were hanging out one afternoon a couple months ago, and fucking digits just started showing up
Well,
on their cell phones.
to be fair,
And they
like
could go on
think about
Amazon
this.
and spend those digits.
We all were born
It's wild.
before credit cards actually were like a popular thing. Like we were young, but credit cards came out when we were born.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
And that's when
I saw a fucking meme earlier. It was like one of those like time things, and it was fucking like a 2000 meme, and it was a billboard of fucking the iPod. It was like have 1,000 songs in your pocket, and then
it
today
was so epic back then.
the Apple Watch is like 6 million songs on your wrist.
Do you guys remember Rocco's Modern Life though?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That show was
Yes.
fucked up because it like taught us real life shit. Like I learned credit card debt from that show.
Bro, I learned about phone sex operators from that show when he's
Sure.
oh
All of it.
baby,
It's
oh
such a-
baby.
We watched it.
Rocco.
How old were you when you watched it? Because I was fucking pretty damn.
I was like
young.
7, bro, or
Yeah,
like
I was like
Very young.
understanding complex themes, and I want that for kids still.
like dude,
I-
Rocco's Modern Life was you wash your hand now, dude.
All of
Fucking
it.
Heffa.
you wash your hands, you turn the page. You wash your hands, you turn the page.
Also, the cheating episode where like the wife, the frog lady, just wanted to fuck Rocco all the time. Just like she wanted to cheat on her husband, the other frog dude. The toad people. That's what they were.
Was that the pissed off frog with the big head?
The
Mr.
toad, yeah, Mr. Big Head.
Mr. Big Head. Okay.
He was
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to fuck Rocco though for like a whole episode. She's like, I'm sick of him. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that was a pretty good accent. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit.
That was pretty good. That was
Yo,
pretty
Conglamo Court, bro.
Yeah,
good. Oh, bro.
Like,
wasn't it like a weasel for the main boss? Like the
uh, bro.
head boss?
Remember when they fire Mr. Big Head and then like
Yes.
he gets a pink slip? It's like a literal pink slip. That shit's fucking crazy, bro. Rocco was great.
Did anyone see the new one that they put on Netflix?
No.
Came
No.
out, like 2018.
Mm-mm.
There's
They
new
literally-
Rocco?
Yeah, they had them like they were just like stuck in space and they like landed into modern times, and it's just as adult, and it's like based on shit that's happening like in modern times of 2018 or whenever it came out.
No shit.
So you're telling me there's Rocco's Modern Life out in this world that I haven't seen?
It's about 47 minutes of Rocco's Modern Life you've never seen.
That's an extended episode at that point.
It was supposed to be a movie.
Got it. Yeah.
But it's just a long episode.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining. It involved the son of the big heads. And all a bunch of weird shit. Yeah, it's weird. I'll let you guys just watch it. It's short enough. Wait, have you guys seen Kung Fury?
What?
Kung Fury.
Can't say that I have.
Nope.
I implore all of you guys to do yourself a favor and watch Kung Fury. It should be on Netflix. And it's like 45 minutes of the most insane shit you ever see. This guy, he has like the Nintendo Power Glove and he goes back in time and he has like a mullet and he ends up like joining with a dinosaur, someone else, and they fight like Hitler. And so it's fucking crazy. You just have to watch it. It's one of those terrible things that's amazing. Sorry, I went on a tangent.
All good. I mean, the more you know, right? And then the rainbow.
Reading rainbow.
Ding. Yeah.
Ding.
Ding. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, the 90s had so many good shows.
That
The
whole
90s
era.
were built of great shows.
Yeah, that whole Nickelodeon era. You know.
Real Monsters,
Even without Nickelodeon or
Rugrats.
cartoon, just
Cat Dog,
regular TV.
in
Whoa,
Living Color.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Speaking
Wow.
of anybody Bel-Air 5s, right? Next month, right? Anybody?
I
Sorry.
saw those.
I like those. I like those shoes.
I have to get them for other people. I don't like the
I like-
fives.
I like
think the
the
fives are
originals.
the worst.
What?
I
The
hate
worst?
I hate Jordan 5s.
Have you seen 19s?
Yeah, those are pretty fucking bad.
13
Like-
up is trash. 13 up is
But
trash.
I don't consider those Jordans. Who's the thing? I don't actually consider those Jordans. Those are him not being real
As-
Jordan.
As a 91 child, I don't agree with any of what we're talking about right now.
Look,
I'm a 90s child. What does that mean?
Like, bro, what? Like, come on, dog.
I
Like,
would say, look, up
The
until
15,
15 is trash. I love 16 and 17.
The
I'm
Love
just
them.
saying,
Bro, the 17s are iconic with the sneaker case, the metal briefcase with the CD.
the fucking and
Yeah.
like, bro, there was
Yeah, it was all about the
like there's packs that came out in some of those numbers that are
That's the
like
cookies guy. Who the fuck are you to talk about the packaging?
I have two sides to that argument. Because I actually like to wear and wear them for basketball. So, what shoes do you actually think were good for basketball?
I mean, don't ask me. I'm not in for performance. I'm in for, you know.
I'm a wearer and user of these things. So, like when
Okay, so
argue
I
about-
like 4s. I like 5s.
when people argue about like this aesthetic. I get like the sneaker get like, but like, come on, that's all
7s. I like playing in 7s.
I'm not gonna lie, like, and this like one of my least favorite J's to wear to like look fly is probably one of the best balling shoes I like. Is
Eights.
the 10.
Oh,
The 10s
What
are
do you
the
think,
best of all
ugly?
in. They're really good.
I'm not a 10.
Tens are
I'm
nice.
not a 10 fan. I'm not saying that they're ugly as a shoe. I'm just not a fan of the 10 as like an
No,
outfit
it's not a good.
shoe.
But
if it's like
as
a
balling
Chicago
shoe, that's a
colorway.
very
specific
good balling
pant
shoe.
or you have to wear that's a specific like leg outfit for those to work, or be a specific like look in a body shape for those to work.
It has like a mid-top cut, and it's not as high as a lot of the other
it's
Jordan.
awkward.
It's like a slant.
Yeah,
you know?
it's awkward.
I hate the Jordan 8s.
The 8s are my least favorite Jordan.
The only
so
one that I like is the Aqua.
The original Aqua, like
That's
the
a classic.
90s Aqua, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic
With
yeah.
the darker gray and all that.
Yeah.
See,
Bro, I mean, I remember watching the All-Star game when he wore that.
Bro,
Yeah,
hold on.
I can't-
I'm gonna
that
give
was-
Chase. I'm gonna give Chase a little fun fact so something as someone who's new to the area, you wouldn't know this, but Marion, Maine, the dispensary,
Yeah.
that building actually used to be a porn shop where you could go to the back room and get Jay's and all the hype clothes back in the day, like the fucking when Bape first was like hot, the Vizu jeans, Red Monkeys, the J's, like
Okay.
that was the spot. Was that
What percentage do you
it
think
used
of
to be
those
like
were
a
real?
porno shop, but that was like somebody rented out the back space, and that was like the resale space on that side of town. Just a little piece of history.
Hey, now I know that's valuable. That's a valuable tidbit right there. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. That's knowledge right there.
That's
For
awesome.
sure, bro. That's some fucking history.
Now I just need a plug here in this city. You know, I had a plug it back in Denver. So now you're gonna have to feed me a plug. You know, Kron.
I'm looking just like you are. You know that. When I got it, you know what it is.
Well, a plug for shoes?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Noah.
Oh yeah.
I'm the plug for shoes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know, but you know, it's always.
Don't worry,
you know,
I'll be tried and true soon. You guys don't know yet. It'll just happen.
It's not that we don't believe you. It's just that, you know,
I don't care if you believe me. It'll just happen soon. I don't care.
we're, you know, you got, especially look, if I want to wear some sneakers that are like some coveted sneakers, I need 2 pairs. So that way I can feel good knowing there's another pair.
Hold up.
If something were to happen, right? So it's like you always got to lock down as many pairs as you can.
I will never
Preach.
wear Air Force Ones because that Nelly song really like embedded into my mind when I was a kid. Because I also had the Nike hookup. If any scuff happens on a pair of Air Force Ones, that shit's going in the trash. Like people get mad, and I'm like, no, trash. And they're like, no, they're fine. I'm like, nope, trash.
Black Air Force One activities. Look, also, Jax Teller made white Air Force Ones that are dirty cool.
Okay, so I still don't like dirty cool. I don't like that thing. Even the flaky shoes that they made for skateboarding, they're like, it turns to another color. I was like, go fuck yourself. I'm not ruining my shit.
Look, he's about to go get them.
You mean these?
Yes, I mean those.
But I didn't flake them all up.
Of course you didn't, because you are.
But I wear the shit out of these though. They got
Yeah,
some
but unless you
grease in there.
skateboard, they don't get ruined.
Well, I'm not
Preach your
skateboarding, man,
character.
okay? Actually, you know who I got these from, Kron?
Who?
You, Gary.
Oh yeah.
I fucked up. I should have got the white ones.
those are the lens.
The white ones are the
Yeah.
ones that matter,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, they both matter. All shoes matter, okay?
Oh shit.
All shoes matter.
No, I am not on board with the fat shoe craze, and I will stand by that every fucking day.
Well, we were just talking about the ASAP
your
Rocky
fat ass
D3.
Yeah, and I said I hated it. I'm not on board
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
terrible.
No, all of it. I hate all of it. I'm not. Balenciaga can fuck itself. All of it can fuck itself. I hate it. Thief. No, it's not okay. It looks awful.
You don't like the giant triple S shoe, platform shoe?
No, especially on like skinny fucking white girls. So like, I'm hot, but I'm 30 pounds. Their shoes look bigger than them, and it's a problem.
It's like a moon boot.
No, that's what the D3 was, but they look like they're just in like their dad shoes when they're a 3-year-old. It's not okay. I'm not okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
We
I
slimmed
will-
our pants back down. Let's keep our shoes nice.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, I'll do the new, what is it? The tech styling. I'll allow that. People adding like clips and shit on their shoes. Sure. Don't have them 18 feet wide. I don't like either, but I'd rather have clips than Balenciagas in the wild.
I'd rather zip ties.
Valid.
Yeah.
I'll go with zip ties.
I hate Virgil. I hate
zip
Abla,
ties.
but I'll take the zip tie any day over it.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to trying to get some fucking zip ties this weekend.
I wish I had the option to decide whether or not I like it in real life.
Why
I
don't you have
know.
the option?
I really want the
it's not
I
option.
don't have a
You're a
pair of
reseller.
them.
Listen, here's the thing though. Let me ask you a question. If you liked them or did not like them, would you still take it? Would you take it off? Like either way, either decision, are you removing it?
I've removed many.
I'm not taking it off. I don't care if I
Nope.
like it.
You shouldn't.
No, I'm not
You
taking it off.
You
That shit
shouldn't.
is art, bro.
Sneaker Joe takes his off.
That shit's art, bro. I'm leaving this.
Good
Good for him. Good
But
for
here's what
him.
I'm saying.
Good for him.
Good for him. I ain't taking it off.
I'm
I
leaving
take
it
them
right
off
where
as
it
well.
came at.
But I wear the shit out of any off-white I have, and they annoy me.
Couldn't
If I'm
do it.
ever gonna resell it, sure, I'm gonna keep that shit on.
No, it's not even that, bro. It's not even that. Like,
I also get if you're a purist. I'm built and bred in Nike. I'm like Bane in Dark Knight Rises right
You
now.
wore Nikes.
I was built
born in
in
them.
the Nike. Like you don't understand. Like I was born in the Nike.
Do all children in Oregon come out wearing a pair of Nikes?
Yeah, I was. You get slapped with one in the face right away.
They stamp a check on your butt and
Yeah. Otherwise,
There's a
you become
statue of Phil right there, and
Yeah.
Phil
like the first-
right in the middle of
tries-
downtown.
Phil tries to make it to most of them, but he can't make it to everyone. It's like
Yeah.
Santa. He
yeah,
has
they
to
just
hire-
bless the room with his spirit.
So it's actually just like a lookalike of Phil, like Santa Claus in malls.
Right.
And he just comes and slaps you with a pair of old. I was wearing 90s, so he slapped me with a pair of Air Max 90s. He was just
Mhm.
like,
Okay.
and that's why I buy all of them because I'm just addicted.
Oregon Ducks green, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
Good one.
the green five, the Oregon.
I need the Oregon 5.
I'm colorblind, so like, your color.
I can tell you they look mad sexual.
No, I know the shoe. I know the shoe. I just.
The yellow one, have you seen that one?
Oh yes, I've seen them in person.
Oh,
I
Ooh.
watched them come out.
I just
I
want
mean,
to
like-
stick my dick in them.
Oh,
can I
yeah.
just?
I actually think that my
just
friend
a-
has
the
two
McCollum
pairs in
didn't even
his
say
thing that we're gonna go to.
I just went from 6 to midnight.
As great as all the Oregon Jordans are, I'm still a huge fan of the Oregon foams. As the
I was gonna say I don't like foams. I like 2 pairs of foams. I like the
Those
Galaxy.
are a rough one for me, man.
Yeah.
I like the Shooting Stars, and I like the Oregon. And I like the Supreme foams.
Yeah. Foams are too clunky for me.
I was gonna say I don't have the. It's the same thing. Like I love LeBron James. I cannot wear it unless they're the Soldiers. I can't wear his basketball shoe for casual or basketball use.
We were
No
talking
model?
We were talking about this the other day. I think
The
when Let's Talk
Soldiers.
about
The
it.
Soldiers work. The Soldier model of his shoes
Okay.
are always tight, and like he makes the shoe for that reason. But like his main line, I can't wear any main line LeBron because I'm just not built like a fucking monster. I'm just not 8 feet tall and 400 pounds. Like I
That
just don't
8
have
low,
a
man.
muscle.
You gotta
Like,
get the 8 low. I'm telling you, get the LeBron 8 low.
I have those. No, I bought a lot of. I'm a fan. I ball in only Kyrie or Kevin Durant shoes, and I like the first Kevin Durant shoe
Okay.
That's one of my.
because
My
I like
life.
the fast pivot. You know what I'm talking about. You had the first Kevin Durant shoe, haven't you? That
My
like
long-term-
that pivot on the it's nice.
I got a long-term hold of Kyrie's first sneaker in the All-Star colorway, dead stock. Just
That's
waiting.
a good one.
Just waiting.
Just waiting.
That was creepy as shit.
I mean, look, I actually have the matching socks
King
and
Kron was like just
like there's not like Kyrie matching socks, but like a pair of socks that match that colorway and
Oh.
a shirt already ready. It's just the occasion and whether or not I want to pull them out, you know. But they're fucking sweet. I love that shit.
when something's dead stocking gets older and older, it's so much harder to want to put it on. You're just like, oh, should I? Why? Who's gonna notice? You have to go. I put on those shoes when I know people are gonna know that I have it. Like sneaker con. The only reason I like sneaker cons is because I can wear fun sneakers that people actually know what's happening. Because you wear cool
Right.
shit on the streets and you're like, well, this would have been worth $800, but now they're nothing because I'm wearing them. And everyone's just like, I don't know what those are.
I mean, if you wear all of your off-white stuff, what's your most coveted sneaker? That you know, what is your most coveted sneaker then?
Well, my favorite of all time. So
That you've either owned or previously owned, or you know.
Well,
you know.
so I'm a diehard Space Jam guy, so I have a pair of signed original yeared Space Jam Jordans.
96, right? 96 is when those came out.
I think they actually came out in 97. But
Yeah,
they
I
were,
think-
97, okay.
I think the release was
but
97.
the release was 96, but they
Right.
actually like were out. But I had them signed by Michael Jordan, and those are my favorite things of all time.
That would be
Okay.
that's a ultimate grail right there.
That's a grail.
That's a grail.
Yes, because that movie meant everything to me, and like I'm really excited because LeBron's about to be in Space Jam too. I'm gonna get.
We talked about it last week on the Hash Out.
We did, and you're a wild guy for what we talked about. I don't know if you've seen the.
I'm not going to repeat it because
we got the 11 anniversaries coming out this holiday that are very Space Jam esque, and I'm kind of excited for those because the Space Jam 11 is a big shoe of mine.
Yeah.
It's the most
Anniversary
important
11.
shoe, and honestly, actually, that's actually where sneaker culture started. That was the first shoe when they started Jordan Saturdays or whatever. That year.
You had that was when they did Space Jam, Concord, Bread back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
Concord Bread, and in the middle of that they did the Galaxy Foam Drop, and that was when it just went crazy. That was around the same time as the old Bel Airs, the old Fresh Princes,
The old, with the Mhm.
I mean,
I was
also-
working at Towson when the Fresh Princes dropped. And for anybody who doesn't know, the House of Hoops in Towson is literally like the #2 biggest selling House of Hoops, like right after Mundalman. And
Is House of Hoops East Coast?
House of Hoops it's a part of Foot Locker where they have like an extra basketball.
But is it East Coast? 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen a House of Hoops on the West Coast.
they're
They
a
have
Foot
them in
Locker.
Colorado. I know that. Out in
Is
Colorado. Yeah, in Colorado they got them. I know that. I don't know how far out west they go, but just 2 cents.
I just never saw one. I mean, yeah.
Well, they add them in. They don't put them in every Foot Locker, and it's like it's usually like when it's time for a remodel when they add it in there. But Towson, like the release was bananas. Like people got hit with cars, like people got robbed, like it was chaos.
That stuff makes me sad, man. I'm awful. I pay homeless people to go wait in line for me.
Yeah,
But I'm
that's
not
not
trying
awful.
to help.
They're providing a service. It's a fair.
I'm helping them to help me.
For sure.
Yeah.
And there's a very specific way you have to do that. You can get burned really easily by them if you don't do it very
Mm-hmm.
specifically.
For sure. There's always a strategy to putting a body in a line.
Yeah. You got to make incentive right for both people.
No doubt.
Homeless people's a lot cheaper if you know how to do it right.
Fuck yeah.
I would just always like use like a shop owner. And I was like, I have this Visa gift card with him. You make sure this happens. It's good. So like he saw me give the money and put it somewhere that he knew.
That all he had to do was stand in line and wait for it.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. It was great. I was also like, hey, try to get other people. You may be able to get other people. You're already waiting in line.
Yeah. If you see any more of your homeless friends,
No, I mean like try to get other people to buy off him. Get more money. I was like, I'll be the guarantee. I'll text him. I'll tell him he's legit.
yeah, hell yeah.
You know what my favorite hustle was in life? When you guys were young, I want to ask you this question after I said that. What was your best hustle you ever did? Because when I did back in the day, when I hated Black Friday forever, but I realized something. If I just brought McDonald's coffee and sandwiches that were all hot to that line, I could sell them for $5 a pop. I made like $2,000 one year on Black Friday. Just bringing hot coffee and sandwiches to people.
Wow.
I know what I'm doing this Black Friday.
It's different now because everything's online.
Black Friday. This is gonna be a weird Black Friday, bro.
Yeah, everything's gonna be online. There's gonna be no real. But it
Not a
worked.
real
Game.
It worked intensely. It was insane.
What do you mean? I'm going to Black Friday at the dispensary, bro.
That is.
They're not closed.
Yeah, we won't be closed.
They do it all day though, so it's harder. When people get stuck, that's when you get those sales because they're stuck there. Like they're like, oh, that's fucked up. $5 for a coffee. I'm like, well, you can not have a coffee. They're like, I'm freezing cold, and also this sucks. I'm like, yeah, you can also have one. Your choice.
I know where I'm going Black Friday. Going coffee to the fucking curbside staff at Colta.
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll be there
Oh,
ready.
yeah, I'll be there with hot coffees.
I'll be
Great.
there.
And then he'll hit you with
for
that'll be $65, please.
Hey, depends on what you're buying. You know, we have something for everybody's price point. So
We can
It's
hash
true.
that out too.
Yeah.
hey,
The first
you know.
Black Friday I saw in Portland with the dispensaries, it was like everyone gets a free joint for the first 500 people. That was like, you know, a gram joint, which was a cool incentive for people. And then like most things had discounted versions that were like the cheaper weeds and oils.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, get in. And a lot of the joints that they had that were like really cheap, they were like, yeah, it's just a bunch of our shit that we had rolled together. That's
right. Yeah.
That sounds like the Caviar at Curio.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to explain caviar. You know, he started eating.
Oh no, the caviar joints. They're like a joint with a mix. They do like a hybrid, a sativa, and an indica.
Yeah.
It's just a mix of like all their hybrids, but it's in like a stuffed cone. But then they put a glass tip over.
Oh, I haven't seen that part.
Yeah, they put a glass tip over top of, like, they just stick the cone in the glass tip. You know, instead of like wrapping the paper around the glass tip and having one, you know, they have that too. So, and it's like supposedly got some extra keef in it too. So it's like a super.
They don't have any extra keef. No. If they say that, there's no keef in that bitch.
Oh, yeah.
That's a selling point to get rid of trash. Just like
100%.
adding terps to something.
Yeah.
But it was a good deal though. Like it brought people in, and then you're like, well, I might as well buy a little bit of the expensive stuff while I'm getting all this cheap shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. You have to.
That's what I have to do.
Well, especially in Portland, in Oregon, where they had to start burning weed away because they had too much to sell legally.
Right. I mean, they were thinking about exporting to other states.
Well, I wanted to become legal for that reason. I think that no one should be burning weed away when there's so many needy souls everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, while we're on that point, you know, being out in Oregon, I mean, they obviously have cookies out there, right? And it's obviously I mean, what's your thoughts on it out there? How does it perform in the marketplace out there? What's the typical price?
Well, prices are hard to talk about because everything got really really good price. Cookies have been made by so many people now, and you know the legality of that. So now you know it became GC, whatever. I don't remember. They changed it. They had to change it.
Right.
And I remember, you know, it was one of my favorites, but out there, you know, a lot of people were more into like Northern Lights and Silver Strides and like the old school strains that have stuck around for a long time out there.
Well, he's talking about specifically the brand cookies that their company carries.
That brand. So that brand didn't do well out there. There was too many big brands.
So I think because they're starting a resurgence, I'm pretty sure through I think the cultivator out there, their name's Pistol Point, and I think that they just started to drop.
It could be. It's been a couple of years since I've been dealing with it, but
okay. Yeah.
Last time Cookies was not a brand that was
Lemonade Portland just got announced too.
Lemonade Portland?
Lemonade Portland just got announced.
Damn, that's fire. But I'd assume if it's anything like everywhere else, that shit's 65, 70, and 8th. I mean, in Denver,
there was a big brand that they did like dipstick. Who did the dipsticks? Do you remember that?
The dipsticks. I don't remember those.
They were like intense gram joints that were like dipped in oil. And they were like that brand did really well out in Portland for a while. But it's local pride out there. You know? It's the same with beer. If you're in Portland, you want to be local in some way or another. You'll get other things every once in a while for fun, but everyone wants that stuff that's made somewhere that they can like, just like that old Portlandia episode. They want to know the name of the chicken, you know?
Yeah. What's the name of the
true
chicken?
fact, especially when it comes to weed and stuff, because like it's been a point of pride for people out there.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, it's you know, Portland's had a little bit more time for the culture to mature, right? And that's the main difference between there and Maryland is that, you know, this you
Maryland
know,
has no chance.
Yeah, I mean, we're still in the infancy of this industry out here, and a lot of our patients are still, you know, learning what works for them and learning about different products in the marketplace. And I mean,
well, I remember when I was 13 in Portland, and if you get caught with weed, I was like, just go fucking home, dude. Like out here, it's different. It's if you were white or black in Oregon, if you got caught with weed, they're like, we don't do that. Like, go home. Please don't be out here. Like in Baltimore, it's like they want to get people on small crimes a lot harder. So like it's a lot different of a market.
Right.
It's gonna be a lot harder with all that stuff. And people's knowledge is a lot weaker because of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have to deal with only a black market that's like scared and changing. You never get that consistency to find like the great stuff.
Absolutely. I completely
All right, well, hey, I think we're going to shut it down for the evening. It's about that time. Big thank you to everybody for coming out. Noah, appreciate you. Chase,
Absolutely.
wonderful having you. Kron, as always.
Thank you,
Same
guys.
bat time, same bat channel.
I know, Noah, you're not doing anything right now, and you're not like, you don't care to like have people watch you on the internet. So I assume you don't have anything that you want to like pump up.
I have
right
no
now or
shout out.
anything?
I shout out the Tetra Health Company.
Hey.
boom, boom.
Chase, what about you? You got anything coming up cool with Colta that, you know, other than telling me I can't come to the cultivation center and I have to find out from other places that I can?
Hey, listen, that's not in my wheelhouse.
I know that was above your pay grade. I'm sorry.
You know, but you know, yeah, I mean, we're always working behind the scenes on new and improved things for patients, and we'll obviously have another cookies drop in August. So stay tuned for release on that. On
New
info.
strand of ours?
Say what?
New strand of ours?
No, nothing new this drop, but I think the next drop, in the next two drops, you'll see a new strain coming out.
Okay. Are we going to actually have London cello to like where we can choose what way we want to smoke it?
Well, I mean, did you actually get a chance to try one of the pre-rolls?
No, I did not. If only I knew somebody there that could have put one aside for me or something.
I just ran out of weed. My life hurts right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with the London cello, that's something we're gonna have to, you know, watch. You know, it just honestly, from what I understand, it didn't come out the prettiest. So what we did was instead of trying to put it inside of a bag at that point and brand it, you know, it was just, you know, one of those things where we just put it to pre-rolls and allocated it to the market at that point.
People would have been mad if it looked ugly and it was that price point.
I mean, it's very hard.
Did you like it?
People get mad all the time.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're dealing with a branded product like that, you want to make sure that that it has a great optic value. I mean, obviously the genetics have great strength and good name behind them, but you know, you want to make sure that what you're putting in the bag is quality, right?
For sure. You know.
So.
Hey, well, thanks again, man. Great to have you guys. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
All right, peace.
Thank you.